In this video, I'm going to introduce the control pause, which is a measure we use in the Buteyko method to get an indication of how well you're breathing and whether you might be susceptible to breathing dysfunction. My name is Adam Stenecki. This is Breathe with Adam. I share information on breathing and all that's related to breathing well for health, wellness, and even some spiritual growth. If you're interested in these endeavors, please consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and potentially sharing with a friend. Let's get into the video. The control pause is a simple measure of how well you are breathing right now. And it actually fluctuates depending on things like how well you've slept, whether you've just recently had an illness. For women, the part of the cycle that you're in at the moment will also affect your score in this control pause. And it's a score that we measure in seconds. So let me just quickly explain it because it's not complicated. It's just a way to measure. Now, the important thing here is this is not a competition. Breathing is not about doing it perfectly. It's about doing it as best as you can right now. What we want to be able to do with the control pause is get an apples versus apples measurement. You might, if you're practicing the Buteyko method to improve asthma, for example, you might measure this once a week just to get an idea of how you're tracking. Are you improving? Are you staying stagnant? What's going on for you? What we measure is how long we can hold our breath on the exhalation until we feel the first physiological need to breathe. Now, what that is for most people is either a little tickle in the diaphragm muscle or more likely a bit of a tickle in the throat. You may need to practice to get sensitive to this feeling. It's not about holding your breath as long as you can. So the way we do this is we sit for 2 to 3 minutes, mouth closed, and we're breathing through our nose. As an aside, if your nose is blocked at the moment, please take a look in my channel for the nose unblocking technique. You can do that first and then you can measure your control pause. So back into the control pause. We sit, we breathe comfortably through the nose with the mouth closed for 2 to 3 minutes, just to let everything settle down normally so we've got a nice baseline to measure from. Then we breathe in, we breathe out, we pinch and hold the nose, and we simply sit holding the breath on that exhalation, waiting for that little tickle, that little, maybe a little tremor or spasm in the throat. That is a physiological sign that you need to breathe. From the moment that you began to hold your breath by pinching your nose, up until that signal from your body, that time in seconds is your control pause. I would recommend that you measure this time with a stopwatch on your phone or maybe old school on the wrist, so you can get a very accurate idea of what's happening rather than counting 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. So again, the control pause. Sitting, breathing normally through the nose for 2 to 3 minutes to get a baseline, and then on an exhalation, pinching and holding the nose until you feel that first little tickle in your throat that indicates that physiological desire to breathe, and measuring from when you began to hold to when you got that signal. That number is your control pause. To start off, my suggestion to you is you want to be looking to get that control pause to at least 20 seconds. And if you want to really improve, start pushing it up. Once you get to around about 40 seconds for that control pause, your breathing is pretty good. So that's the control pause. It's an important part of the Buteyko method. Please hop over to my channel, look for the playlist that describes all of the Buteyko exercises, and you can get an idea of how this fits in and what you can measure with this control pause. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up. If you really want to learn more about Buteyko and other breathing methods to help you live better, perform better, and enjoy life more, please subscribe to the channel, share with friends. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.